Managing Director of Dutch-German company in design and innovation. It's called Pilotfish. All right, well, Nick, as I was saying earlier, the Taiwanese government is trying to promote its design industry, and obviously they're working a lot with Pilotfish. So in what sense can you talk about that, and why the government has kind of set one of its goals for the year 2013 is to promote its culture and creative, and which also includes design. So can you maybe share about your view and what you know about the Taiwanese market?
Allow me to answer it, just to basically tell you why creativity is important.
Sure.
And it has a lot to do with how young people can actually have jobs 30, 40, 50 years from now. Now, everything they learn now, how can it be applicable 30, 40 years from now? So one way of making it more insured or more applicable is by actually teaching younger people about creativity, creative thinking, creative type of, the creative industry becomes important then, because it is an industry that has to switch and change with its environment. A lot of things that maybe a person learned 20 years ago in computer science is not applicable anymore. Or even 10 years ago in computer science is not applicable anymore. And you have to constantly learn more. But one way of actually making learning easier and becoming more adaptable to the future is by focusing more on creativity and actually teaching young people about creativity, which is not just maybe linear thinking, but maybe various thinking. I like to call it like the T-shaped people approach. Are you familiar with that concept?
T-shaped?
T-shaped
No.
people.
Can you
Basically,
explain?
it's like a very broad knowledge that a person may have, and one deep expertise. So you have this deep expertise, but you have this broad knowledge. And you can then draw from the knowledge you have. Let's say it's the arts, it's fashion, it's marketing, it's sales, it's history. You draw from this, and you can come up with creative solutions to issues, to problems, to challenges.
Oh, okay.
And some people even say that even T-shaped is not enough. You have to be pie-shaped.
Pie-shaped?
Which is two deep expertises and one broad knowledge.
Oh, pie. Yeah, right.
The pie.
The pie. I'm thinking of the pie that you
No,
eat.
not the. No. Yeah. Well, that's nice. Okay. It's almost lunchtime, so we're getting hungry, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
no, but
pie.
yeah, you're right. It's more. It's the pie-shaped thinking, and it has to do with what Steve Jobs said. It's about creativity is connecting things, and it's about like understanding how to connect different fields to come up with a solution to a challenge.
This makes a lot of sense because I don't know if I'm right about this, but Taiwanese people generally are very, when they are students, kids, they are very studious. How Taiwanese parents always, want the kids to study hard and very studious. But the thing is that they only know how to listen to orders from the teachers or supervisors or eventually the boss. But they don't really know how to think on their own and be creative. So now I think I understand why the government is trying to promote this industry, if I'm right about this, is to help Taiwanese people learn how to think on their own and be more creative in thinking. Am I right?
Actually, I think Taiwan people have always been creative. Let me give you an example. Like, I think the business sense in Taiwan is second to none in the world. The Taiwan people business sense is like in the DNA of the people.
Really?
Oh yeah. Also, I see that there is a huge kind of push and a huge kind of learning curve that has happened in the past 12 years in the field of design or industrial design, where we are in. 12 years ago, jobs were almost thrown at us. It was like something, hey, here we are, and then people were giving us jobs. But now we have to do a different type of approach. We have to, be more focused on the user and have to try our clients understand why we make business value to work with us. But I see this kind of really big, not just change, but improvement of the way Taiwan designers or creative people in Taiwan are more and more becoming globally active, and they are becoming bigger and bigger in the global scale.
Wow. Well, you're saying so many great things about the Taiwanese
So
people.
it is true. It is
Yeah.
true. It is very true. Yeah.
Okay, well, what else have you discovered about Taiwanese people? Let's move on to there. Since you've been in Taiwan, you said how many years now?
Almost 6 years now.
6 years. And actually, your wife is from Taiwan?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And what have you discovered besides Taiwanese people being creative? What has it been like working with Taiwanese people?
Well, it's. Let me put it like this. Like, how can I say it? It is, nothing is easy in life. You have to work everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it is a difference if you come as a foreigner to Taiwan with money in your pocket and you want to spend that money, or if you come here and you try to get business from people in Taiwan. Mm-hmm. So you have to really prove yourself to be, providing a service or have a product that people need in order to be able to sell that. But if you come with money in the pocket and you're going to find a manufacturer, the approach is different. It's a lot easier because then people, of course, want to be, always very, they want to invite you in and they want to do everything that you're asking them to do because you have money in the pocket. But if you require money from your clients, and it's everywhere in the world the same, I suppose, it is a different approach. So, but what I've seen in Taiwan on another aspect, I'm extremely, still very impressed every time I use the Jaeyun, the MRT, the metro here in Taipei. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's probably, my wife can be at 11 o'clock at night anywhere in Taipei City and it's super safe. She doesn't, I don't have to worry, she doesn't have to worry.
Right.
In the metro system, it's very clean, it's very efficient. Basically, it almost makes people, how to say, the brain's dormant because you don't have to think. You can just enter the system and you can go anywhere in the world in Taipei, and it's very convenient. The time can be measured. The trains are running 100% on time. They're always, it's always perfect. Yeah. So I'm super impressed. Taipei also had, not anymore, but used to be the largest, building in the world. And we have to understand that this is in an area where earthquakes are very common, where basically 200-300 earthquakes happen a year.
That's right.
And I don't want to scare people because it doesn't scare people here, right? So generally.
Do you think that doing things here in Taiwan has been very different from where you're from? I know you're from Zurich, Switzerland.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Is it like a big difference? What things have you had to adjust to work with, to work in Taiwan or with its people?
Well, to be honest, I don't feel it was an adjustment because also I have to say that the field I'm in, I'm talking to a lot of people who have been internationally educated and I feel people are very internationally exposed. Due to the fact that Taiwan is an island, it makes a lot of people travel the world. I mean, you yourself, I mean, I think you've had also a very interesting journey throughout the world where you've seen many things and
that's true. Yeah.
And experienced many things also. So yes, I think actually working with Taiwan people is a great pleasure. It's nice. People are actually very polite. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a little bit too polite, perhaps. but I like that.
You.
No, but I like that because you see, I always say you can be straightforward. You can be very much to the point, but you can still be polite.